We are seeing now a number of, over the weekend, we had reports that the head of consumer banking was leaving, then the co-head of asset management yesterday, and now the general counsel. Is this a trend? What's going on here?
To be honest, it's a bit puzzling. Departures this time of the year are not unusual, but the nature and profile of some of these executives is striking. The bank has had a great 2020 and a good first quarter by all reports. The stock is ripping ever higher. So it is odd to see the nature of some of these exits at a time like this when we should be expecting calm seas.
Why is this? I mean, are they getting big pay packages elsewhere? Are they getting pieces of the companies they're going for? I mean, that wouldn't really explain Karen Seymour's exit unless we know what her destination is.
Look, definitely, if you look at it in the broader context, there is absolutely no doubt if you were at any one Wall Street firm in 2020, it was a good place to be because everyone did well. But a lot of those people are also realizing that it is also a great place to leave right now because the external market is really hot for them. And banks are in some ways handcuffed in lavishing great pay on their employees. And the market outside, whether it's fintechs or other investment firms at a time of great excess in all corners of the financial markets mean some of these experienced veterans at a big pedigreed place like Goldman are in high demand.
So it's clear then why they would leave to work for Walmart or leave to work for a startup where they can get a big piece of the pie, really. But in terms of Seymour specifically, Sri, there was an October lawsuit where a former Goldman lawyer had alleged that Seymour helped shield the bank's litigation head, Daryl Cafasso, from allegations of sexual harassment. Now, Goldman Sachs said in October that the complaint was completely without merit, but could this have something to do with why she's left?
It would be impossible to speculate on that, but like you rightly pointed out, there was an allegation against her, and Goldman at that point was very clear in saying this complaint was completely without merit. But we have to understand that being a general counsel at a place like Goldman Sachs is undoubtedly a plum assignment, but it is also arguably one of the most challenging jobs in corporate America. But this is someone with great credentials. She's most famous, of course, for prosecuting Martha Stewart in 2004. But she's also done a lot for the banks in her 3 short years. She was the one who was playing a critical and crucial role in trying to drive settlements with multiple agencies across the world in trying to resolve the bank scandal. But in some ways, the general counsel role is, at the end of the day, tied closely to the chief executive officer. Karen Seymour was someone who was hired by David Solomon's predecessor, and it seems like he's now making a move, especially that the 1MDB scandal is quite a way, to install his person in the top job. The only reason why it is still a surprise is because Karen Seymour's predecessor lasted in that role for 26 years. And he also came from the same firm, Sullivan and Cromwell, whereas we have Karen Seymour departing in just 3 short years.
Right, and we know that David Solomon wanted Rumler, who formerly was a White House counsel under the Obama administration when he was president. Now he's going to get her since he has been installed as CEO. Let me just focus in on the 1MDB case. Is Karen Seymour's work there considered a success? Because Goldman avoided sanctions, but it cost the bank $5 billion.
It really depends on who you ask. If you ask critics of the banking industry, they would say, how is it possible that the bank can turn over a significant sum of money and then avoid any repercussions after that? Clearly, there was nothing in the final settlements that would threaten the bank's business or hobble it in any way. But if you ask some bank insiders, they would say, there is no way in hell we should have paid $5 billion to resolve that. So it's truly just a matter of perspective here.